So Mary Helen, tell me about your favorite biblical principle when it comes to investing.
Yeah, so Sherry alluded to this. I love the principle of having a long-term perspective. And really, we know as believers, we have the ultimate long-term perspective of we're looking to eternity, forever with the Lord. Yes. But we can also implement that on this side of heaven as we're walking out our stewardship journey. And I think this principle is exemplified well in the story of Joseph in Genesis, where Pharaoh comes to him and he's got to interpret this dream, and there's going to be 7 years of harvest, of plentiful. And then there's going to be 7 years of famine.
Right.
And so Joseph is put in charge to navigate his country through a 14-year economic cycle that some of it's going to be good, some of it's going to be bad. And so we see Joseph have this long-term perspective and be able to lead his people through that time. And we see it over and over again in different parts of the Bible. But when I think about having a long-term perspective, I think about 2 ways that we can do that. First, we can kind of zoom out and get the big picture, because sometimes we're focused on our tiny little time and space. And I love this chart that we have that we see the stock market all the way back to 1926 to now. That's 100 years. And if
okay, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, move on. But yeah,
if someone would have invested $1 in 1926, which this is pre the stock market crash of 1929, Great Depression, a lot of difficulty, they would have over $14,000 today.
Wow. And
if we look at this chart, there's a lot of drama in the world over the last 100 years. We've got World War II, we've got JFK being assassinated, Cold War, inflation of the 70s. You pick a decade and time, space, there was something dramatic going on.
Right.
But what we see is that, yes, there are these little, or not little, but there are these up and down movements of the market in the short term. But over the long term, it has that trajectory up and to the right if we just zoom out. Now, if we start zooming in, we can, be on this ride of up and down, up and down. Mm-hmm. And so that perspective really helps us kind of take a step back and realize what we're dealing with. Yes. And that even though maybe it can be scary in the moment, one thing that people remember recently is COVID. And if we look at that chart, it's a teeny tiny little blip. I bet for all of y'all, you would probably say, I don't necessarily know that was a blip on my radar.
It did not feel like a blip at the time, but yeah.
But it's a blip when we
Right.
zoom out.
Right.
And so we can zoom out and get that perspective.